We're about to go. Yeah, we're going live. Let's do it live.
Welcome to the Wagon Fantasy Football Podcast. It's Brad, it's Eric, and it's Josh. And we are here. What are we, 3 weeks away from the draft?
3.
I'm out. 3 weeks away from the draft.
3 to go.
We're ready for football to come back. We got a little bit of news. We got some little guys to talk to you. We're going to dig into this fantasy crevice that is the non-point scoring season right now. And we're going to get in here and we're going to talk about it.
I just want to say we've had that same intro for years now, and I still love it so much. Our friend Jordan Harvin hooked it up, and I love it so much.
Blue Spade Productions.
Yeah, it's great. It slaps, dude. It hits different, if you will.
How you boys doing?
No cap.
How you boys doing?
Eric?
I'm okay. I'm still tired. You guys know how it is. You guys have multiple kids. And, the first couple months are pretty rough because you don't get a full night's sleep. But other than that, doing really good. Hi, Maria.
Soccer?
It's football.
U.S. football, yes. U.S. football.
Futbol? Futbol? Football?
I don't know.
I'm good, dude. Life is good. I had a date night tonight. Went to a nice steakhouse. Yeah.
What cut did you get?
I get sirloin because it's lean right now. It wasn't exactly ideal. I know. But I'm trying to keep it lean. So I went sirloin. But I found this great butcher where they dry age steaks and stuff, and I will be doing that in the near future. Really pumped about that.
Nice.
Really pumped.
I'm a ribeye guy, personally.
I did go to this place called Creamberry where they have cotton candy burritos too.
Interesting.
I didn't eat one.
My
daughter got a Halo cone where it was a cup of ice cream surrounded by cotton candy. That's crazy. I got a waffle. It was like a soft bubble waffle thing.
Okay.
Yeah. And that was
how did your daughter? Did she go a little sugar rush? Did she get the sugar rush?
Oh yeah. They crashed it real hard last time. It was good for them. What about you, Brad? What's going on up there?
Nothing. Warming up. Nope, not warming up at all.
Not really.
It's April.
Just so you know, as of April, I think it was like 6th, we had 40 inches of snow throughout the whole winter.
No.
That's disgusting.
Disgusting.
You keep that.
40 inches of snow?
Back in 96, they had 46 inches. I'm just saying, we're not even
I'm not saying it's not the most ever, but it's too much for me.
That's right. I would be looking at that snow and saying, let's go.
Away.
Yeah.
It's getting to the point here where it's warmer outside than it is in the house. So I'm bundled inside and then I have to take everything off to go outside.
Yeah. But you look good doing it.
Oh, thanks, sir. Appreciate that. You always know how to make a gal feel good.
I call them like I see them, bud. So anyway, you guys want to talk about maybe best website in the world, FSA-FR.com? You guys want to talk about that?
Yeah.
Well, maybe we should talk about FSA. Right now, we're still trying to fill our Foxtrot Dynasty League. Echo filled up fast. We still have about 6 spots remaining in Foxtrot, and I got to tell you, you need to sign up. The best way to sign up is to go to the website, FSA-FR.com or FSA-FR.com, however you want to say it. But there's redraft on there. I'm in redraft and I'm in a dynasty league. I'm in Bravo. Brad is in Alpha. Eric is in the new Foxtrot league. And we need some more people to compete with him. If you want to go ahead and get in that league and try and smack Eric in the face, if you want to join, do it. You got to do it.
I thought it was 7 slots left.
It's 7 now. It's 7.
Yeah. 7.
Yep.
Did people drop out? I saw 7 on.
Yeah,
what was it, Tuesday?
7 per our average bro, Josh. He was posting that online, and he's in the know as well.
The commish posted today on the Discord. It's at 10. We need 2 more.
I don't care.
We have 10. We have 10 spots filled. Okay, we need 2 more spots. Okay,
Whoa,
2
sorry.
more. Come on,
I apologize.
and fill it up. Let's go.
I mean, things are filling up quick. So anyway, you have Dynasty, you have Monkey Knife Fight, which is incredible. That's its own league. You got to check that out. Redraft Dynasty. There's the Arm and Leg League. If you want to get involved, we got something for you. We use Discord so everyone can communicate with each other. You can communicate just within your league. You can communicate. This is a place where people come to meet and we talk about all things. It's not just necessarily football. You can go and you can get hooked up with gaming buddies. It really is an incredible community now. It's grown from just a small league to an entire community. And I think you should check it out. It is the largest fantasy sports community that is worldwide, because we have people.
That's pretty okay. I'll take your word for that one. Don't fact check, please.
I mean, worldwide leader, but we won't
worldwide.
Talk about them. We won't talk about them.
FSA-FR.com. Check it out.
Okay,
right.
Yeah.
This is your turn.
What?
That's your turn. You do your thing now.
I do my thing. What's my thing? Oh yeah, let's talk about
wake up. Let's go. Wake up.
Footballdarts.com. Do you have a man cave? Are you in need?
Sadly, no.
Of a night? Do you have a wall that you need to put something on? Where you're like, man, a wall on your man cave that you're like, what do I need to put up there? My live, laugh, love poster just isn't killing it no more. Okay, I need to replace this.
You got to yeet, pray, love.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeet.
You know, maybe you go over to footballdarts.com and you see these. I'm going to call them original. This is original dartboards.
Oh, yeah.
They have all different types. What it does, though, it takes all the skill of darts, mixes in the strategy of football. It's a great way, great conversation piece, great way to have some fun with the buddies. And if you use the promo code IPlayFSA, save a little 30% off.
30.
And since he is a sponsor, there will be some FSA giveaways during the season, I've heard. Not sure if we got it labeled down to what it's going to be, but make them bowl games, buddy.
Oh, I like that.
Footballdarts.com bowl games. Sprinkling some
like
women.
That. All right. Now.
And don't forget to go out. Hold up. Don't forget about the fastest growing daily fantasy sports website, monkeyknifefight.com. Get over there. Don't play against the bots. Don't go out to these other sites where you're just, you're going to lose. Monkey Knife Fight gives you the best chances to win, okay? We all think we're going to go to the blackjack table and we're going to take the casino's money. But let's be honest. Those lights are on bright, and there's a reason why they can keep them on 24/7 that bright. Because you ain't taking the house's money. At monkeyknifefight.com, you can take a little bit back from the man.
I like the sound of that.
Use promo code FSA so they know we sent you.
That's right.
To the moon.
To the moon. All right, boys. You guys ready to talk some news?
Sure. Let's talk some news.
Do it.
Okay. First piece of news, even though it's not sports related, we still need to discuss it. Sadly, Mr. X, DMX, passed away today. But it's okay because all dogs go to heaven. Boom. So,
I love me some DMX. I'm not gonna lie. I got home from work. I saw the news. I got sad.
Yeah.
I played some DMX.
It's just strange seeing people you grew up with start passing away. It's just a strange feeling. Anyway, so real fantasy football news. This is a topic that we haven't covered a lot, but we have to kind of get into now because there have been some more developments. This week it started off with Desean Watson. Nike suspended their contract with him, not going to pay him anymore. Not a big deal on that front. But then the headphone company that he was a part of, Beats, they decided to go ahead and cancel theirs altogether. So he's starting to lose sponsors. Right now, he's losing about $8 million per year from sponsors. So this thing is costing him a lot of money. Now, Eric, you had some interesting developments that we were discussing earlier before the pre-show concerning lawyer statements and things of that nature.
Yeah, apparently consensual acts took place. But again, for the fantasy relevance of this, it's not looking great for him playing this season. Maybe try to buy low if you think he's going to come back at some point. Other than that, I mean, I don't know if we really need to discuss it any more than that until we see something else.
If for whatever reason you're starting to do redrafts now, you cannot even put him on your team unless it is a late round flyer. Because you're going to cost yourself positionally. It's going to be a waste of a pick. I really don't think he's going to play this year. And the only reason he has been put on the commissioner's exempt list yet is because they're not playing. But it's not looking good. Not looking good. And now there were other things where some of these ladies, he filed an emergency hearing, and now they have to come forward with their name so he can know who's accusing him of this stuff. It's just getting very messy. And for fantasy reasons, it's not good. I'm just hoping that no one was actually hurt through all of this, and that if there was a crime involved, that due process will take its place. Now,
100%. Yeah.
Now, Giovanni Bernard was released by the Bengals. He requested his release, and they granted him that release. So, what does this mean for? Well, first we'll start. What does it mean for Joe Mixon?
Well, Joe Mixon was, if he's healthy, he's going to be the bell cow back there, right? Okay. So he's going to see the volume. Obviously, last year he was banged up. Gio was actually a fairly decent start week to week, at least as a flex option, and with some, running back 2 upside here and there. With him gone, I'm not sure what their depth chart looks like. Who's behind him? I mean, as long as Mixon's healthy, he's going to see the majority of the carries there. But with Gio not there, because he would give him, he would spell him. We've got Brandon Allen. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Samaje Perine, Travion Williams, and Jacques Patrick.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's going to be your boy.
All right.
Joe.
You bring up the Joe Mixon news, and it kind of tangents to something else. So Eric last night decided to change his team name.
This was not a challenge to anyone to come get this particular player.
What did you change your team name to?
To get Swifty.
So to me, that means come and get him, boys.
I'm a huge Rick and Morty fan. That's
it doesn't
the
matter.
Song they make up in one of the episodes.
You said come and get him. That's what I hear. I heard come and get him. So challenge was accepted. And
you said challenge accepted, and I gave a thumbs up, and I was like, I shouldn't have done that because I didn't think about it. Like I assumed you were like, I'll come up with. You were challenged to come up with a better team name.
Oh no!
But now you're like, then you send me an offer, which I'm pondering, probably not going to accept because I don't want to give up any of my draft picks. But I do like Tua though. It's not a terrible offer. I do like Tua. I don't think Debo is the best receiver on his team anymore. It's not. But
no.
And then Joe Mixon, I don't really want back because you and I have done that dance already. So
I know. I think we've traded him 3 times between ourselves.
Something like that. Yeah. So.
All right.
Yeah. DeAndre Swift. That's a hard.
Well, Jonathan Taylor was going to be in it, but.
Well, now you're talking. Now you're talking my language.
All right, boys. All right.
So Josh is mad. He doesn't want to talk trades that he's not involved in.
No, I don't mind it. I just right now we have a show to talk about for an entire.
Wait. Hang on. I want to bring something up. Josh likes to say that he doesn't like how many picks I have in our rookie dynasty draft this year. But this man has Desean Watson, Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott, Alvin Kamara, CMC, AJ Brown, and CeeDee Lamb, and the number 2 pick this year.
You say Keenan Allen?
Keenan Allen.
I didn't say Keenan Allen.
Cortland Sutton, Robert Woods.
Yeah,
I'm doing all right.
But you're upset that I have 4 first rounders when all I really have is DeAndre Swift and Chase Claypool.
Well, I mean, I just want some more action, bud. I like all the action.
You have all the action. You literally have all the action.
Trying to get some more action.
All that, 1 championship.
It's hard to win in fantasy. Anyway,
it is.
Anthony Miller. Well, the league's only 3 years old as well. Anyway, Anthony Miller. So the Bears have been discussing trading Anthony Miller. Obviously, he's not going to make a lot of money this year anyway. I think they're just hoping to get something for him. I think the team knows they're not going to be doing a lot this year. He's only set to earn $1.21 million. So do you guys care? Anthony Miller might be on the move?
I think he was kind of already relegated to the 4th option, 5th option there.
Okay. I read something this week that he was voted most likely to be late to practice.
Ooh.
Yep.
So he has off the field stuff that is keeping him from being, because he's shown flashes, right? We've seen big games from him. he's obviously talented, but he doesn't do the little things that you need to do as a pro to keep you in everybody's good graces, which keeps you on the field. So, I mean, maybe a change of scenery helps and he gets his act together, but right now in Chicago, he's not that guy and it ain't going to happen.
No, and Darnell Mooney passed him last year as the number 2 wide receiver option there. They got Cole Kmet at tight end, David Montgomery, Tariq Cohen's coming back, right?
Yeah, my boy.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, absolutely.
And they also signed
Damian Williams.
So I just don't see with Nick Foles, Anthony Miller, really, it ain't Patrick Mahomes back there who's making Pringle look good,
True story.
All right, so Jordan Howard signed a 1-year deal with the Eagles.
Why are we burying? Can we quit burying the lead with the big news? I mean, come on, man. The big fantasy news. The trade that happened. I mean, we could talk about these small roster.
No,
I kind of forgot about it actually for a second.
I'm getting there.
Burying the lead here. You're burying the lead.
We're starting in chronological order of what happened since we had our last show. Julian Edelman's not going to play this year. Do you care?
That's not how news works, man. Nobody cares about Julian Edelman. He didn't play last year either.
So,
especially in Dynasty. I made the comment that he's just trying to get down to Tampa.
Fine. Go ahead. Tell them the big news, Brad. Go ahead.
Sam Darnold got moved.
Sam.
Josh spoke it into existence. He thought he would be moved on the last show, correct? I didn't think it would happen because I thought there were too many middling quarterbacks out there. And he goes to another team with a middling quarterback. They give up a 6th round this year and a 2nd and was it a 4th? 4th next year. Honestly, he goes to the Carolina Panthers. I don't think it's a bad deal for Carolina, and I think it's a good deal for the Jets. Jets need a lot of help. Carolina, they got a guy who's younger than Joe Burrow.
Yep.
It's the last year of his rookie deal. So you're getting him on the cheap. Or he's got 2 years. Is it 2 years left?
So they picked up his 5th year option to make sure that they had control for 2 years. So they have him for 2 years. I think he gets $18 million next year. But he's cheap this year.
But still $18 million next year if he does anything and is somewhat good. Mm-hmm. That's a good deal.
Yeah.
And do I think he's better than Teddy Bridgewater? I think he can do some things better than Teddy Bridgewater. And he's leaving Adam Gase, right? So he's going to get better.
He's probably more talented than, or at least when they were both coming out, right? Would you say Sam Darnold was more talented than Teddy Bridgewater?
The knee injury really derailed Teddy. That's what it was.
Yes,
Teddy was actually looking hot that year that he got injured, and he had come off a pretty strong ending to his season the year prior.
And Teddy, don't forget how good he was at the Ville.
Yeah, he was very good.
I thought he was great at Louisville, and he played in a pro-style offense. I thought he was the most NFL-ready quarterback in that draft. The problem is I don't remember who else.
Yeah, let's not forget that he set the way for Lamar Jackson in Louisville. So let's not forget that. I think it's a good move for Sam Darnold, and they already picked up his 5th year option, which means they're going to pay him $18 million next year. So this is good. He's going to be with the team for 2 years. He's going to have every opportunity to do well. Matt Rule's going to be there. They have good weapons in Carolina. It's an upgrade from what he had in New York. I mean, he's not having to deal with Jamison Crowder as his best weapon anymore. So I think this is good for him. What? You disagree? DJ Moore? Christian McCaffrey?
No.
Robbie Anderson?
He had Robbie Anderson.
But he had Adam Gase.
Yes, that's the problem. I think. And who's the offensive coordinator there? Joe Judge. Not Joe Judge.
Joe Brady.
Joe Brady, who is a really good offensive coordinator who's probably going to get a head coaching job in probably 2 years.
Yeah, he interviewed this offseason for free agent position or for head coaching vacancies. So
yeah,
he'll get a job soon for sure. Blake Bortles got drafted ahead of him.
I think this is really good because it gives him a fresh start. And basically, if you look at what Miami and the Jets did, they did almost exactly the same thing with Adam Gase in town. They both hired Adam Gase. They both had to fire Adam Gase. They both traded their starting safety. They both traded for first-round picks. They both traded their quarterbacks right after letting go of Adam Gase. They basically had the exact same arc a couple of years after the other. So if this is anything what we can expect, Sam Darnold is going to be like a top 15 fantasy quarterback next year, right? A la Ryan Tannehill. Boom.
And hold on, that draft class, the rookie year, Baker Mayfield was the best quarterback, right? The second year, it was Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Oh, from Sam Darnold's draft, yes.
So it was Baker.
Josh
Baker
Allen
was
yeah.
Baker was awesome, best one his rookie year.
Mhm.
Lamar Jackson was best his third, and then last year was Josh Allen. So maybe this year could be Sam Darnold.
Maybe
he's due. Could be Josh Rosen's.
Nah, I think that ship is sailed, boys.
Yeah, it has. But wishful thinking. So what do you think that this does actually for Sam Darnold from a fantasy perspective? I think we should talk about that. So
okay,
do you think this actually he's going to be an asset now in fantasy?
I think he can be. I really want to know Christian McCaffrey, is he healthy? Who's going to get the start there? Who's going to win out the starting role? Is it going to be Teddy Bridgewater or is it going to be Sam Darnold?
I think they'll move Teddy.
I think they keep him. I think they're having straight quarterback competition. Teddy's still in the books.
There's talk out there that they are willing to move him and then they are trying, but
where? Again, where?
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like
my house.
Exactly.
We're going to hang out, play Madden.
There you go.
But I don't see him really going anywhere. I'd see them keeping both of them for the whole season, having a straight quarterback competition. If Sam Darnold does get the starting role, I think he could thrive in it. Like you said, he has good weapons. You have Christian McCaffrey to dump it off to. That can get you 1,000 yards right there.
It's not a bad gig.
No, that's not
bad.
bad.
What did Todd Gurley do for Jared Goff?
Made him look pretty good.
Exactly.
I think that this is a good situation for him with Matt Rule and Joe Brady there. I like the prospects of this team in fantasy. I think it's going to be good for DJ Moore, especially.
And the defense is still bad.
The defense is still very bad. Yes, that's true. So this is going to be something good for everyone involved. I don't see how this really hinders the offense. I think it's actually a slight upgrade for it, including Robbie Anderson. I mean, he's better at the shorter throws, which is what he's going to be asked to do anyway. He's going to be, making a lot of 10, 15, 20-yard throws. He's not going to throw a lot of deep passes, but he'll still stretch it out to Robbie Anderson from time to time. And I think this is going to be really good for this offense. I really do.
Is he a better deep ball passer than Teddy Bridgewater?
I don't think he's a better deep ball passer than Teddy Bridgewater.
Teddy's pretty accurate, but
Teddy was good this year.
I would say Darnold's got a better arm.
Yeah. Darnold has a better arm right now.
We've never seen him with a good offensive line. He's played with 30 different offensive linemen.
Teddy or Sam?
But
he's only played 3 years.
And not even because he had mono for half a season.
I think he's played with a differerent offensive coordinator each of those years as well. So,
there's
we
no consistency there.
We don't really, and different shows this week have brought this up. We don't really know if Sam Darnold's good or not. We don't know how good he could be.
He's so 23. Young.
And given what the Niners gave up to go move up and get pick number 3, Carolina would have had to give up a ransom to get 2.
Okay, so let's go this way. Would you rather, if you were in Dynasty this year, would you rather have Sam Darnold or Mac Jones? It's Mac Jones, right? Alabama.
Well, we're assuming that Mac Jones goes to San Francisco, right? Is that what we're assuming?
That's all. Yeah, all the talk is he's going number 3 to San Francisco.
I would rather have Darnold.
In Dynasty, for the future going forward, who would you rather have?
Mac Jones.
I'm still going Darnold.
You still go Darnold. Interesting.
You pair him
with
Kyle
more athletic.
Now?
Sam Darnold, every stat and everything going through the combine and all his pro days and everything, more talented than Mac Jones.
Yeah, but you got to look. Kirk Cousins and Matt Ryan had the most successful years of their career with Shanahan. So I'm really expect Mac Jones to be very good with
Drew
Shanahan.
Brees had one of his best seasons under Joe Brady, and Teddy Bridgewater had one of his best seasons under Joe Brady. So I mean,
we'll see. I mean, we'll see what happens. I think that I don't know. I still like Mac Jones long term a little bit more than Sam Darnold right now.
I don't. I think Mac Jones is going to be one of those dudes that I don't even know if they take him anymore because after seeing his pro day and the facial reactions that Kyle Shanahan was doing when he was missing deep passes.
They did say that they're going to go check out your boy Justin Fields' pro day. He's going to be there. They're going to go check that out. But there is other news right now that said let's say 1, 2, 3 does go the way that everyone's predicting right now. That
you talk about the Jets? You want to talk about the Jets side of this?
What, of getting rid of Sam Darnold? They're just going to get their rookie now. It's not going to do anything for this year.
Zach Wilson?
We're assuming they're taking Zach Wilson, yes. That's been the assumption along the fantasy community this entire time.
So with that being said, I always want to bring this up real quick before we move on. With what we've seen in the past with quarterbacks, with the number one guy taken, Baker Mayfield was number 1 overall, right?
Okay.
And we also had Sam Darnold in there, was in the top 3. Neither one of those two we're going to say are the best in their draft class, right?
Yes.
We go back to the Mitch Trubisky year, where Mitch Trubisky was taken in the top 3, and you have Desean Watson later, and you had. I only bringing this up because are you guys nervous about these quarterbacks that are going to get drafted early to these bad teams, and wanting to wait on a guy who maybe goes pick 7, 8, 9 double-digit picks?
I wouldn't call San Francisco a bad team. They were just really banged up last year. I feel like if they're healthy and you put –
We've said that for 3-4 seasons now.
Right, but they're not a bad team on paper if everybody's there. So putting a Mac Jones or a Justin Fields or whoever, I mean, obviously not the top 2 guys or whatever, but any of the other 3, even Trey Lance, they're probably all in pretty good shape there. They got a good running game. They've got good pass catchers. They got a pretty decent offensive line. You got George Kittle. I mean, that's a nice – you got a great defense. The defensive line is ridiculous. That's a nice landing spot as a rookie quarterback. And I think that's what – I mean, Shanahan and John Lynch want, because it's, move on from Jimmy. Don't have to pay him $25 million anymore. So you can spend at other places.
Or where they've already spent, re-sign some of their defensive linemen that they're going to start paying.
Yeah, and you're going to have to pay those receivers eventually. Samuel, Ayuk, Kittle got a deal, right, already, so he's fine. But, yeah, it's a good spot.
So, for me, I don't like – it doesn't matter who goes to the Jets. I don't like it. The reason being is that I like Robert Saleh a lot. I think he's great as a defensive coach. I don't know how he's going to be as a head coach. Well, that is yet to remain seen. Mm-hmm. But I know that you're having the Flacky of the Flacky's brother run this offense now. So what I mean by that is Kyle Shanahan first mentored Matt LaFleur, and then Mike LaFleur is Matt LaFleur's little brother. So he's and we're hoping that he's going to run the same style of offense. And he said he is, but he's no Kyle Shanahan. I think we can all agree with that. So and remember, just because they go out and get him doesn't mean that the offensive line is going to be magically better. They went and got Corey Davis. Great. That's cool. He was a third best option in Tennessee for a long time until A.J. Brown finally drew some heat off of him, and Corey Brown decided to step it up in a contract year. Good for you, Corey Davis. But I'm not sold on it yet. I don't like the whole Zach Wilson. Tell me the last great Jets quarterback.
Mark Sanchez.
No,
I said great. You're not listening. I said
he
great.
Went to didn't he go to a Super Bowl and multiple AFC title games?
Look, he never went to Super Bowl. Look at his playoff numbers. He's one of the best statistical playoff quarterbacks in the history.
That's fine.
You're acting like the Jets have a fabled quarterback history outside of Joe Namath. They do not.
I'll take the Jets quarterbacks of the past over the Bears.
Well, that's fair.
But I'm saying none of the Jets quarterback, and even Joe Namath, actually, if you look at him statistically, he was actually like a 50% career passer. He wasn't great either.
First ever 4,000-yard passer. Okay,
that's fine. Well, that's fine. But I'm just telling you, I need to see it first. And Zach Wilson, from what I understand, he's got a little bit of kind of a maturity issue, kind of get lost in his own sauce thing. So I'm just telling that's what I've been saying.
I know.
Look,
There's so much stuff going around
here's the
right now.
Baker Mayfield, Johnny Manziel comparisons from an attitude standpoint, and I don't
Whoa,
really
whoa,
necessarily.
whoa.
Yeah.
Didn't you say that Justin Fields has a little bit of that in him, and you liked that a couple weeks ago?
Justin Fields is different though. He's proven it for 2
Okay.
years at one of the best. What did Zach Wilson do last year? Oh, he almost lost the starting job. That's right. Oh, that's right.
Okay. I'm just
And
saying
then-
that's a trait you like in one guy, but you don't like it in another guy. But
Because
okay,
I
I see the difference, but that's fair.
But
Just want you to defend yourself or justify it.
Now the whoever I will tell you this now. If there's a team, so right now there is talk that Washington will unload their entire draft to move up to 4 to get Trey Lance. So
Okay.
if that happens, I like his long-term goals, and actually for fantasy this year, it might be pretty good. I mean, I understand Ryan Fitzpatrick is there, but I would assume that they would let towards the end of the season, Trey Lance would really come in and start to run the ball a bit more, and they would use him to kind of get him some reps in there. But I like
Not if they're winning.
if Justin Fields goes to the Broncos, it's all game's over. Like I love it. I love it. The
What
offensive
if
line is
Justin
starting to get
Fields
scored up. What?
Ends up on the Patriots.
No. Nope.
Are they moving up?
Yeah, I've heard they
I mean,
could.
yeah, I've seen a lot of things where that say they're possibly going to move up to 8 or 9 to try and get somebody. I think the better question is, what does Carolina do if Justin Fields is still available and they just traded for Darnold? Do they take another quarterback?
They go defense.
You think so?
They got a lot of other holes to fill, and I think they went and got Darnold because they like him.
Yeah,
they see something there.
Sure.
Now your team had an interesting take this week, Eric.
My team?
Yeah,
owner, light it up, Jerry.
He figures he can't stop him. He might as well try and outscore him.
Yeah, lose every game 51-48. I'm fine with it. Go for it.
You think Jerry takes him?
I think so. So here's the thing. Do I think they take Kyle Pitts? Absolutely, 100%. If Al Davis were still alive, there's no way Kyle Pitts would not be a Raider, but he's dead, so that's not going to be a thing.
Atlanta's picking one.
Atlanta's
picking one. Yeah, that's
currently they're picking 4th. You think Pitts goes 4?
No,
Mm-hmm.
no.
I've heard some people talking, and they say that look at the way Arthur Blank does it. Look at what he does. He goes and he looks, and he was like, "Oh, Julio Jones, freak athlete of a player. I'm trading up to take him." Kyle Pitts, freak athlete of a player whose numbers, his pro day numbers, aren't as good as Vernon Davis's combine numbers, but whatever. We'll talk about that another day. But still, he's the best tight end numbers ever. Got it.
Yeah.
Well, would you rather have a Kyle Pitts or a Jamar Chase though?
For them, for what their team needs, a tight end.
For Dallas, they need a tight end.
I'm talking about for Atlanta.
Oh, for Atlanta?
You got to replace Julio at some point.
You do Calvin Ridley. I think they're trying to replace him with Calvin Ridley. I mean, honestly, and Julio's still there, and Matt Ryan's still there. How many more years you got with Matt Ryan left?
Probably 5.
You're gonna juice that orange till it ain't.
It's gonna wring everything you can out of it. Yep.
Well, they restructured the Matt Ryan deal, so they have Matt Ryan for 2 more years for sure because the dead cap on that's ridiculous. So you have 2 years of Matt Ryan that's going to be there. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah. The thing with Atlanta,
you got new ownership, new GM. They're not going to draft a quarterback because they don't want to set with a quarterback backing up Matt Ryan for 2 years and waste those rookie years.
I think they're the best candidate to trade down, though.
They are a very good candidate.
I feel like somebody makes them a big offer, and they're like, "We can get a lot of pieces to help these guys out that are at the tail end of their careers." And
you guys
they slide
don't look
down.
at Arthur Blank on the sidelines and just look at that face, and that's a man who's going to pull the trigger.
He's broken. I don't. He looks broken to me every time I see him. It makes
Well,
me
he's just sad because Sundays he wants to get some Chick-fil-A. He put it in his freaking building, and they're not there.
Yeah, but when you're that rich, something tells me you can still get Chick-fil-A.
You can get some Chick-fil-A on Sunday if you're super
he could
rich.
probably go in there and just turn on the fryers himself.
Yeah,
by himself. I mean, he's got a guy. He's got a guy.
He's got a guy for that. He's like, hey,
he probably has a personal chef that makes him like gourmet Chick-fil-A. So
stable boy.
They probably have Bible study inside the Chick-fil-A. The Bible studies inside there.
Bible studies.
Bingo. Yeah, when you got that kind of power, you can.
Yeah,
You
I can
can
see them
just-
doing that.
You can have Chick-fil-A in your house. Who cares?
I mean,
look
they
at
could.
look at the drop off at tight end. Austin Hooper was world beaters there for, I mean, he was consistent. Tony Gonzalez before that, which we all know Tony Gonzalez's history in the league. But then, last year, what was it? Hayden Hurst?
Didn't work out.
Really. It wasn't. It was a drop off. And now
Yeah,
you tell me I can go get a guy who could be Travis Kelce? Could be George Kittle?
I mean, they absolutely could. They need defense really badly.
They do, but
if you can't beat them on defense, you got to outscore them, right, Eric?
But I mean, for Dallas, that makes sense because their defense is literally in shambles. Atlanta has a couple of nice pieces.
Mhm.
Dallas is literally everybody has walked from the Dallas defense. And
How dare you? You are still
maybe-
paying DeMarcus Lawrence a lot of money.
Yeah, I know, and I don't know why. And then Gerald McCoy might be back this year, maybe. And then
tear bicep.
we have 3 linebackers that are always hurt. Congratulations. We have no back end, like no safeties, no corners because they've all walked in free agency. So that's cool. But Atlanta has some decent pieces here and there. They just need a good pass rusher, and I think they need a piece in the secondary, which Patrick Surtain is a monster. So
here's the thing, though. Kyle Pitts is head and shoulders above every tight end in the draft, right?
Not a
he's
sponsor.
head and shoulders a lot above a lot of the
Standard
wide receivers in this draft, at least measurable wise in what he did at Florida. Yes,
exactly.
So
What defensive player stands
Micah
out?
Parsons, maybe
That could change your whole defense. You know what I'm saying?
Micah Parsons can change your
he
whole
could probably
defense.
do it.
Could he
He's
though?
pretty
I mean,
nasty.
he's one defender on the thing, and
Yeah.
just
I mean, look what Luke Kuechly did for Carolina's defense.
That's
He
what I was
changed
about
the
to
whole
say.
thing. Yeah, I mean, he was a quarterback on the other side of the field. Him and Peyton Manning going back and forth is some great tape to watch.
I'm not saying Michael.
He's
Parsons
not that.
is
He might not
Kuechly.
be that guy, but physically, he is. He's a sideline to sideline guy. So
Thank you. This guy gets it. He
does get
it. He gets it.
I am a
But
Penn
I
State
would
fan.
not, I
and
would
do
not
watch some
be
Micah Parsons.
surprised. I would not be surprised if Atlanta took Kyle Pitts.
I think they trade
No,
down.
I mean, I wouldn't be
Yeah,
surprised if
everybody wants to
anybody
trade down.
takes him.
Everybody wants to trade down, but the problem is after Atlanta, who needs a quarterback? So what team is going up to trade up to get a quarterback?
Other than the Patriots and maybe Washington, but I don't think
But you
Washington.
got to go pretty deep. Washington's drafting in the 20s.
Well,
Patriots,
Josh's team
Broncos,
needs
and
one.
Washington.
Yeah, and then
But that's so far back. Like, why am I going to pay up to 4 when I can pay up to 8?
Well,
Yeah.
I think they are 8th or 9th.
Denver's
Patriots?
9th.
Yeah.
Carolina is 8th.
Yeah.
Which is why I brought up
Carolina-
earlier. What if Carolina? What if there's another quarterback still there?
I don't think they take one. Like, I don't. I think that move kind of solidifies them of not.
Yeah,
Most teams
but
don't
they could,
run 3 quarterbacks.
No, but they only have Darnold for 2 years. If you get like a Trey Lance, who's considered like a project,
I mean,
do you take another swing? Because like that's what I mean. I've
That's
heard
a lot
that
of money
this
in your
week,
quarterback.
too.
That's a lot of money in your quarterback room.
And maybe, hopefully, one of them works out.
Most teams don't even carry 3 quarterbacks throughout the season, though. Most teams
You're right.
only carry 2. So,
Maybe they trade Teddy on draft day, and then they take Trey.
and if they do that, that would
Oh.
change everything. But right
Or
now,
Justin
as their,
Fields is there.
team, as their team sets, I don't think they make a move.
Yeah.
So then you're pushing farther back of teams that really need a quarterback. So these teams in the back end, like Washington, are like, why would I pay you a ransom for 4 when I can probably still get my guy at?
I'm with you. And Pitts could go anywhere after 3. He could go to Atlanta. He could go to Miami. He could go to Cincinnati. Any of those
What if
teams. are
Jacksonville
probably,
takes him? What if Jacksonville? Urban Meyer's just like,
that would throw everything into chaos because then the Jets
that
are
be-
like, well,
would
then
that
we
be-
can take.
would that be the Kevin Costner move from draft day? And then he gets on the phone.
give me all my picks back.
Yeah, ridiculous.
That is a Cleveland Brown thing to do, by the way.
That is a Cleveland Brown thing.
No, it's
too.
a Houston Texans thing to do. They've already done it.
Ooh,
That's true. That's factual. Actual
they don't
factual.
have they don't have a first or a second
All right.
this year. It makes me hurt for
All right.
them. For Houston.
Well,
Yes.
in the NFC West, only one team has a first round pick next year.
The Rams don't need them. They don't.
Arizona is the only team with a first round pick next year.
That's good. They should have them. That's good.
All
So
right.
back to I don't know if we actually talked about the fantasy side of what do we if it's Zach
Wilson
from BYU to the Jets. Do we like their pass catchers? Do we like their running game?
Is he
Do we like
rocking the
their tight
headband?
end?
Is he rocking the headband?
Oh yeah,
Sure.
for sure.
Why not?
For sure. Yeah, he's that guy.
Then I'm all in.
You're all in. So Chris Herndon, get him cheap. Jamison Crowder, get him cheap. Try to get him cheap in Dynasty. Take
Air
the
raid.
off flyers on him.
I don't think he's there anymore. Right now, their running backs are Tevin Coleman, Ty Johnson, and Josh Adams. Their wide receivers are Jamison Crowder, Corey Davis, Denzel Mims, with Keelan Cole, Josh Doxson, and Braxton Berrios backing them up. And then
did you say Michael Pirine on those running backs?
No, I did not. And then you have Chris Herndon is the tight end with Tyler Kroft and Ryan Griffin backing him up.
That's not a terrible receiving core.
It's not
It's
great.
Not great, but it's not awful. It's not the worst I've ever heard of.
Corey Davis is the 1. Jamison Crowder is the 2, and Denzel Mims is the 3.
Well,
we don't know what Denzel Mims
I would
is
say
going to be.
Crowder is the 1 on that team, but that's me.
Crowder's the slot, but
yeah, he's the 1 to me. For fantasy purposes, he's the 1. So, and then Herndon has been, the fantasy Twitter darling of the last 2 years. So maybe he'll pan out eventually.
Well, now that Gase is out of the picture, hey, never know.
Maybe that's the real question. Do we get Tannehill out of Sam Darnold? Do we see that drastic of a change? Maybe.
I think he's going to be John Elway, but whatever.
Joe Montana.
Joe Montana
was
plays quarterback, you idiot.
I think the problem with the Jets is if that offensive line is still as terrible as it's been, that's the problem.
No. Yeah, I agree with
this
you.
year, I don't like any of the options.
You mean to tell me Mekhi Becton, Alex Lewis, Connor McGovern, Greg Van Roten, and George Fant can't handle it?
Is that the undercard for the next UFC fight?
Bro, it is not good.
They have enough draft capital because they have another first round pick in the low 20s. They can get a tackle there. There's a lot of good offensive linemen in this draft. They can get some guys on day 2 to put some depth there. I mean, they can shore that up. They'll be okay. I think they'll be okay in a couple of years. It just depends on if they can keep.
And their
Wilson
defense played okay last year, so
it wasn't bad. And they had some guys opt out, if I'm not mistaken, on defense. So
if they can get
a few pieces back,
something like a run game going, and maybe
that's the trick.
I gotta see, and I gotta see what. We all thought the same thing about the Rams, and the new coaching staff came in there and changed everything around. So.
Yeah. But your argument for the Jets, Brad, is the same reason I'm wary of the Eagles. So, I moved Jalen Hurts in our Dynasty League for a first-round pick this week.
It's a 1 QB league, of course. That's a good deal.
It is right. It's a 1 QB league. Okay. Yeah, I get it. I thought that was pretty good value for him in 1 QB league.
It's fantastic value.
Considering they still have not addressed the offensive line because they have Rager. And then Zach Ertz doesn't want to be there, and he fell off a cliff, and they still haven't fixed the offensive line for Miles Sanders to run behind. So, yeah, there's a lot of teams out there like that, which are, they have good pieces, but they just don't have anybody to move anybody around for them.
The reason I like the Philly offense better than the Jets offense is look who Philly gets to play more often.
Well, that is a good point.
NFC least.
That is a
one
good point.
Defense, and the Jets are still playing against that Patriots defense this year, which scares the crap out of me.
Yeah, they get all their pieces back this year.
That Miami defense, which it was pretty good last year. And the Buffalo defense, which,
is serviceable.
It does what it does. It does what,
Yeah.
It's better than the Cowboys.
Yeah. But there are a lot of teams like that worry me for fantasy,
and
especially Dynasty.
Training camps and we see how everything works out. It's going to be really hard to evaluate.
I hope they have training camps, man.
Oh, they will. It's going to be a real year this year.
Fingers crossed.
Oh, it's always fingers crossed.
All right. Let's move on to the next segment.
I hit my mic. Sorry, everybody. Didn't mean to do that. Are we helping? We helping
little
guys? Are we doing the little guys? Helping the little guys? Not doing the little guys. Helping the little guys.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Do we have a drop?
It's a family
No, we
show.
don't have a drop.
Oh,
I'll
we
try to
don't
make
drop
one.
anymore? Sad. That's okay. So, for those just tuning in, we do a segment called The Little Guys. Helping the little guys. Because the big guys don't have time for the little guys. So we just try to grab... What?
It ends with segment.
Segment. Oh, okay. You guys know better than me. So we just try to grab just random, like on Twitter, fantasy questions that people have that maybe don't really get answered by anybody because, you know, they don't get seen or for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So, these are trades I was mocking up. Okay. All right. So here's the first one I got for you guys. Since Kenyon Drake is no longer a Cardinal, do you think that Chase Edmonds will be the Cardinals' running back one next year? And if so, what's his fantasy upside?
He'll be in a timeshare. I don't think they want to give Edmonds the ball 30 times a game. So they're going to bring somebody in. Is it a day 2 running back, a 3rd-round running back? Yes, I see that happening. Maybe they go out and get a big bruiser like Rashonda Stevens. Is that the kid from Oklahoma State?
No, that's Chuba Hubbard.
No, it's from Oklahoma.
Not Oklahoma. Yeah.
Oklahoma, not Oklahoma State. The state of Oklahoma. There we go. Yeah, Rashonda Stevens. Maybe they go get a big bruising back like that.
I mean, it's possible. I don't know. Arizona still needs a lot. And Chase Edmonds, he's pretty serviceable. I mean, they might even bring in one of these veteran guys.
James Conner, maybe? On the cheap?
Maybe. But I'm saying they're probably going to bring somebody else in. Right now, though, if you have it stocking him, I'm not selling it. I'm going to hold on to it because we'll see how it plays out in the draft. But I really see this as a team that takes a 3rd or 4th round running back, somebody that can offset his talent. Maybe a guy that's not because once you get past those first 3 running backs in the draft this year, you kind of have singles. It's a dip in talent.
It's a dip in talent and overlapping.
They do one thing. They might do one thing well. They don't do a couple things well.
Yeah.
What
Which
about
probably
overlaps.
Sorry.
Kenneth Gainwell from Memphis, maybe?
I don't think he'll be there that late.
On day 2?
What Arizona's trying to,
he'll
be there day 2, but I think Arizona's probably going to be waiting even longer.
Okay.
Because the needs there.
See what happens. We'll see.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. All right. So who wins this trade? It's a 12 teams, Dynasty, Superflex, full PPR, 32 roster spots. Brad, you would love this league.
It might be my league.
Depth tends to be a little more valuable. All right, we got Kyler Murray, Gabriel Davis, and the 201. Or Matt Stafford, Miles Sanders, and Amari Cooper.
I want Miles Sanders, Matt Stafford, and Amari Cooper. 100%.
Brad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I
it.
mean,
yeah.
It is super flex.
It's super flex. So I'm still getting Matt Stafford. Like Kyler Murray has a better chance at being a top 5 quarterback, but Matt Stafford's going to be a top 12 quarterback.
Yeah.
And you're getting more depth there with Amari Cooper and Miles Sanders. And a 30.
Amari Cooper at worst is going to be a wide receiver 2. And Miles Sanders, I think,
high-end wide receiver 2, yeah.
Is at worst a running back, a mid running back 2. At worst.
Yep. I like that side of the trade much better. That's what I would go with.
Yeah, I think most people would do the same. All right. We got a 12-team Dynasty Superflex PPR. You can have a 2023 first and a 2023 third, or Ronald Jones and Darnell Mooney. Which side are you taking?
Well, is Rojo and Mooney for a what? 2020 what?
2023 first and third.
I'm trying to win now. I'm
moving Rojo and Moody because I don't see anything happen with them this year, and I'll take the picks because I don't think those two help me win now either. Rojo and Moody aren't helping me win now.
I think Rojo does. I absolutely do.
Didn't they re-sign?
They re-signed Lenny, but he doesn't.
And Keyshawn Vaughn's coming back. and Keyshawn Vaughn, I'm hearing the crowd's going wild.
Yeah.
The hype train is starting to pick up speed.
That is the problem with Bruce Arians is that he's not loyal to any running back.
Nope. And that's why I don't like Rojo.
And neither is Brady.
I guess it would depend on
one pass, miss one block, and you're
it depends on the makeup. It depends on the makeup of your team too. I mean, if you can afford to let those guys go, like you're certainly probably not using Darnell Mooney, but if you're not depending on Darnell Mooney to do anything for you, but if you were depending on Ronald Jones and you
full Mooney,
no, I don't think so. But
new team,
yeah, full Mooney. All right.
Oh man. All right. What's Cam Newton's value in a 12-team Superflex league? An early second, a mid-second, 2 seconds, more or less?
So this all depends on what is your situation right now. Are you trying to win the championship this year? Because if you're trying to win the championship this year, it's probably an early second or a couple seconds. But if I'm not trying to win this year, it's not valuable to me at all. If I'm a team in a rebuild mode, I don't want Cam Newton at all.
Yeah, and plus you have to figure out right now to make this move, I would say a mid-second, just because we don't know if the Patriots are going to draft someone. Remember, he's not getting paid a lot.
He wasn't
this year.
He's getting paid enough to play this year.
But if before he got COVID last year, he was a QB1.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. He'll be fine for this year, which is why I wouldn't want to give up much more than a mid-second.
You're winning the championship. You play to win now.
Yeah, that's fine.
You're playing to win.
Yeah, because second-round picks in a rookie dynasty draft are pretty.
It depends. It depends on where
you
you're
might
at.
Get. You might get gold. You might get nothing. So you might get Keyshawn Vaughn. I offered a third rounder for Cam Newton, a late third rounder.
In a super flex, though, I don't think you're getting for that.
Oh, not in a super flex. Yeah, that's a totally different story. In a 1 QB league, I offered him a late.
Super flex, honestly, after the draft, if they don't take a quarterback, he's probably worth the first.
Long term, though, you like him or Jameis better?
I know Cam's starting this year.
Yeah, Jameis is man. I like Jameis's upside better because I think he'll be around longer, but
his first 4-pick game where he loses them the game on a last-second interception, I think he's done.
Could be.
He'll start coming out in fourth quarters. You know what I'm saying? The game's on the line, game-winning drives, and he might throw the ball away. They're going to put Taysom Hill in there, and they're going to run all that Alvin Kamara, Taysom Hill check down, crazy gadget plays. He's not. If your quarterback's not in on the red zone, I'm really nervous about that.
Yeah,
that's fair.
That's true.
Yeah,
not good.
Especially with the weapons they have.
And Cam Newton will be in the red zone for sure.
Oh, probably running it in.
Best fullback the league's ever seen, except for like Mike Allstott and Moose Johnston.
Is he better than the Fridge?
The Fridge
was he was technically a running back, though. Technically.
He led block. He was lead block a few times.
But I think he was still listed as a running back on the depth chart. Moose Johnston. I used to have his jersey. I grew out of him, but I love that guy. Daryl Johnson.
Try it on. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. Do the next show in it.
I bust out of it like the Hulk. I'm so fat now. Jeez.
All right, here we go. If Corey Davis finishes better than wide receiver 22, you have to do a show wearing it.
I don't know if I have it.
Probably doesn't.
Oh, okay.
My parents, I'll ask them if they have it. If they have it,
I mean, that's a good deal. That's not shaving your head, and that's not Tyler Lockett, who
I told you I would never bet my hair. So
I know.
Y'all calm down with that. Too vain.
Me either.
Not again. Never again.
Never again. Yeah. I don't
learn that lesson one time.
Hold on.
Have to learn it again.
Josh, I've got you to do 2 different haircuts. I've got you to shave your head and get a high and tight.
Yo, the flat top, right?
Yeah, that flat top.
That flat top is glorious. You should do that again. That was nice. Especially when you have a mustache with it.
I just realized
real nice.
I've got Josh Styles' hair 2 different ways that he never thought he'd probably ever do in his life.
Yeah, it's true.
Probably not.
That's true. I never thought about that. That's true. Yeah, we'll see. Your wife probably
couldn't even talk you into getting haircuts like that.
Not like those, no. Because those are embarrassing.
Yeah.
I don't think the flat top was embarrassing. I thought you looked pretty good.
it wasn't great, Bob.
When he
Very-
didn't style it, it didn't look good. Like when
It
he
was
took his
very
hat off,
Guile-esque. Yeah. When
Yeah.
it was right, it looked very Guile-ish from
Yeah.
Street Fighter.
like when we did softball, and he popped his hat off, and it wasn't styled. It didn't look.
It was bad. It was real bad.
That's awesome.
All right. I'll talk about
Let's
that.
get back. Let's get back in this. Let's get a couple
All
more
right.
little guys out of the way.
A couple more. All right. We got Superflex PPR, Curtis Samuel, and the 106 or the 103.
Oh,
I'm assuming. Yeah, this is Dynasty. So
You
the
said
103,
Superflex?
Dynasty, Superflex, full point PPR, Curtis Samuel and the 106 or the 103.
I
That's
think
a
I
tough
like.
one.
I think I like Curtis Samuel in the 106 better.
It depends on my quarterback.
You could
situation.
get Pitts at 6. Yeah, it does depend on your quarterback situation.
If I need a quarterback, if I want one of these young quarterbacks, and I think one of them's going to be there.
Oh yeah, I would trade to move up, but
Yeah.
106 and Curtis Samuel.
It's not
Do you guys
bad.
think Curtis Samuel's going to be a wide receiver you're going to want to start every week?
I don't know how.
Not this year.
I don't know how Washington's going to use him.
Well, this year their quarterback situation isn't great.
I mean, I like
The
Fitzmagic
Magic
for
Man?
the team, but I just don't know how they're going to use him. Are they going to move him around the offense like they did in Carolina? Or are they going to do that with Gibson? Or are they going to do that with Smooches?
Both.
Or both? Yeah. So I would rather have the 103 personally, because I would.
The 103
would
gives you so many options because I know I can get a quarterback if I want a quarterback, or I can get one of the running backs.
Yeah,
But the
you could get
106
Justin Fields or maybe Najee Harris or Jamar Chase or Pitts if you want to tight end.
106, I can get Pitts, or I can get Jamar Chase, or maybe a quarterback falls.
You think Chase is at the 106 in a super flex league?
Maybe if
Maybe.
Pitts goes, you
Yeah,
get
that's
three
true.
quarterbacks, then Pitts, and then somebody goes crazy and wants Devonta Smith or something, or a running back, another running back.
Yeah.
Oh,
They could.
They could.
I think I'm going the Curtis Samuel 106 because I don't think it's because I think Curtis Samuel could still be a wide receiver too.
I like the 103 there. That's just me though.
I know. I mean, the 103 looks tasty.
It's real tasty. Nom, 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 nom.
If this was the 107, I think I would do it. But the 106, I think just
It's a
I
good
don't know.
spot to be in. And Curtis Samuel is a nice piece. Because how old is Curtis Samuel? He's not that old, right? Early mid 20s.
just
Yeah.
came off his rookie deal. Yeah. He was the year after Michael Thomas.
That's a good spot. Yeah, no, that's a good spot to be in. And Fitzmagic
He's
would be
20.
good for him.
He's 24. His birthday's in August though, so he'll be 25 at the start of the season.
That's still a pretty good dynasty piece plus the 106.
Yeah.
So, all right, grade this running back depth. This is dynasty, so you can rate it fantastic, great, good, or meh. He's got Swift, Mixon, J-Rob, and Jacobs.
That's good. It's not great.
What were the things again? It's not fantastic.
Fantastic, great, good, or meh.
It's good.
I think it's good with chance to be great.
Yeah,
It's got really high upside.
it
If they ever
does.
threw, if
It
it's
has
if-
the floor on it's like I almost want to say sell all your running backs.
even Swift,
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I'm so nervous about Swift. I don't know. New coach in there. I don't know how
I
they're
am
gonna
too, but
use him.
he's so good, and I can't get rid of him.
I just
love him so
traded
much.
him. I just traded him in Bravo.
For
No
what?
kid. What'd you get for him?
I got a first and Clyde.
Okay, that's
You got a first and CEH for that for him?
was it Swift straight up?
I think I threw in like a second, like a third or something.
Okay,
That's pretty good. That's pretty good,
that's
haul
good.
for
That's
Swift.
good because you're still getting a young running back. But I just think I don't know what it's going to look like there.
Jacobs worries me, and Mixon
Does-
is.
The new coach, I think, will use the running back, but I don't know how much.
See, the thing is with the other three running backs that he has, none of them have solid futures. Joe Mixon's been banged up a lot. We know that he's going to be the guy there, but we don't know if he's going to be healthy. Josh Jacobs, they just brought in a guy to take what little bit of passing work he was going to get and probably take all the third downs away from him. And then
And a lot of red zone work too.
And James Robinson, they have nothing. They owe him nothing. He's just on borrowed time. So if they want to bring another guy in, his job could be gone tomorrow. I think it's got, like you said, really high upside, but the floor is scary.
Would you be surprised if Jacksonville took Etienne if he's there in the second round to put him with Lawrence?
I wouldn't be surprised at all. But
if he's there, yeah. I
know
know
backfield mate that he's comfortable with, that he can trust back there.
Some people have said Arizona might take him, but he
might go before but if he's there, the 201, I could see Etienne going back with Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, no, for sure. He could. Okay, I got two more, and then
let's do it.
Figure it out. All right. Who would you rather have in PPR? Jamar Chase or Terry McLaurin?
Jamar Chase. I'd rather have Jamar Chase.
Give me Terry. The F1, baby.
You want McLaurin? I like McLaurin for this year. If I can win now, I like McLaurin. Yeah. Him and A-Rob, right?
No. A-Rob's had better quarterback play than him.
That's fair, actually. Because he's had, Haskins and
he's had Blake Bortles' good years. I mean, but yeah, Blake Bortles is like good years. Remember Blake Bortles?
Good years.
He went toe-to-toe with Tom Brady in the NFC Championship.
He got it together for a little bit. Yeah. He did. That's fair.
So, I mean, I think Fitzmagic could unlock the F1.
Oh.
We'll see. I like the upside, but Jamar Chase, I just think he's so good.
I don't know what it is, but I'm so nervous about all the players that took the year off.
No, not me. I'm ready.
I know they're all preparing for it, but I just worry about not playing actual football for a full year. No, it affects you.
I'm not worried about Jamar Chase.
I'm not worried about am I worried about Michael Parsons? No, I'm not. Not at all. Let's go.
I get a little guy who hasn't done it yet.
It's warranted. I'm not too worried about guys like Jamar Chase though. All right, last one. We got a 12-team super flex half point PPR tight end premium league. You can have Dalvin Cook or Joe Mixon in a 2021, the number 9 pick in this year's draft.
Give me Mixon in the pick.
Mixon in the pick. What you got?
Mixon in the pick.
Yeah, I agree with that because their talent is relatively similar. Dalvin Cook has been a little healthier than Joe Mixon, but now that Gio's gone, I like the upside a little bit better.
And here's the thing. I would take the Mixon side, but if I'm the Cook owner, I'm trying to get more from somebody else.
After his season last year, yeah, you probably
I think you can get more. Because if you're thinking about moving Cook, chances are your team's not winning right now. Because if you're in a team that's winning now, Josh, you'll say this, you have good running backs. You're not looking to move any of your running backs, really. If you're winning.
No.
Not the core pieces.
No. And I'm going to go try and add another one to it this year. Another one to my stable.
I gotta say some big news, though. The Padres were the only team in Major League Baseball without a no-hitter. Joe Musgrove, baby. He did it.
All right. Congratulations, Padres. Now, if you boys have any parting shots,
buy cheap on Jets players.
Or don't buy them at all. Brad?
No.
All right. Thanks for tuning in.
Jets are going to be the first team in NFL history to draft a quarterback in the top 4 picks within 4 years.
Oh, the Jets are?
Wait. Yeah. Within the top 4 picks, what? Within 4 years?
Within 4 years of each other.
Twice? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
That's what happens when you hire Adam Gase. So.
Thanks for tuning in to the Empty Wagon Fantasy Football Podcast. We appreciate you guys. We will see you next week. If you want, you can hit us up on Twitter at EmptyWagonFF. It's going to be Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Brad's going to be at Tack Jones. Eric is at GunsOfVeld19, and I'm at FF Josh Hughes. Check out the website, fsa-fr.com. And don't forget to check out our other shows on the network. It's going to be on Wednesday nights will be the Fanatically Real broadcast. Tuesday nights will be the Average Bros. We are out of here. Have a good week.
Bye.
Later.